Hey, good morning, Storytime friends. Thanks for coming to Monster Storytime. Today we've got lots of stories and puppet shows about monsters. Are you guys afraid of monsters? I can think of some scary monsters like a vampire or like a dragon or a werewolf. Ooh. But you know, there's lots of monsters that aren't scary too. Monsters aren't scary all of the time. Can you think of a non-scary monster? I bet you can. What about one you may have seen on television or something like that? What about like Cookie Monster? He's not very scary, is he? I guess he is kind of scary if he's coming after your cookies. That might not be a pleasant experience to have to share your cookies with Cookie Monster, but he seems pretty friendly for the most part, right? And I bet if he were coming after your cookies, you could escape by just giving them to him. So every monster probably has some way to be defeated. And that's what our first book is about. It's called Tickle Monster. This monster, he looks pretty scary, right? But he's called the Tickle Monster for a reason. Let's find out. Hey, Tickle Monster, you don't scare me. If I tickle your horns, tickle, 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 tickle. Whoop. You can't poke me. If I tickle your arms, tickle, 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 tickle. Whoop. You can't catch me. If I tickle your feet, tickle, 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 tickle. You can't run after me. If I tickle your teeth, tickle, 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 tickle. You can't bite me. If I tickle your tummy, tickle, 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 tickle. You can't swallow me. If I tickle your ears, tickle, 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 tickle. You can't hear me. If I tickle your nose, tickle, 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 tickle. You can't smell me. If I tickle your ears, oh, not your ears. We already tickled his ears. If I tickle your eyes, tickle, 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 tickle. You can't see me. And now, if I tickle your head, tickle, 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 you're gone. Goodbye, Tickle Monster. Looks like the Tickle Monster fell into all these little shapes. What kind of shapes do these look like now? You've got a house here, like a car pulling a trailer, some trees, and well, is that the Tickle Monster's horn? Now it's the moon. Phew, I can finally go to sleep. But if you ever come knocking on my door, Tickle Monster, beware. I will tickle you again. Tickle, 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 tickle. Ooh. All right, I hope you guys liked that book. As we found out, every monster has a weakness, right? Tickle Monster, he just had to be tickled to get defeated. And you know, that's a pretty easy way to defeat me as well. If he came after me, I would probably fall into a million pieces as well if you wouldn't stop tickling me. You know, I think most monsters have a way to be defeated. But some monsters don't need to be defeated, you know? Some monsters, maybe they just need to make some friends. Do you ever go to bed at night and feel like maybe there's a monster hiding in your room? Sometimes I think there's a monster in my room when you hear all those little tiny noises, creaks and stuff. It's scary, right? Well, late one night, when I was a little boy, I went to bed in my room, and I'll tell you a story about what I heard. Ooh. Oh, it's bedtime. But what's that? Oh. You hear that? Oh, it sounds like there's 5 itty bitty monsters crawling underneath my bed. I'm going out to stomp about, the littlest monster said. Ooh, there's a monster. Oh, he doesn't want to sit up. That's okay. He can just do that. That was 5. That means there's 4 itty bitty monsters still crawling underneath my bed. I'm going out to stomp about, the littlest monster said. How many left? 3 itty bitty monsters crawling underneath my bed. I'm going out to stomp about, the littlest monster said. Ooh, how many left? 2 itty bitty monsters crawling underneath my bed. I'm going out to stomp about, the littlest monster said. Now there's just 1 itty bitty monster crawling underneath the bed. I'm going out to stomp about, the littlest monster said. Oh, there's not much to stomp about around here. Oh, 1 itty bitty monster sitting on top of the bed. I am all alone, please come home, the littlest monster said. And I saw all these monsters on my bed, and I said, oh, hey, itty bitty monsters, lying underneath my bed. Join me up here, it will be so dear to snuggle and be friends instead. Oh, so they all came up onto the bed. And then none of us went to sleep that night because we were having too much fun. Until Mom and Dad came in. Hey, go to bed. Woo! So we went to sleep real fast. So, if you hear monsters in your room at night, they might just be looking for a friend. You should be nice to them. I've got another book I'd like to read, and that's about a monster called the Love Monster and the Last Chocolate. Let's find out what this monster is all about. You think she likes chocolate? Who do you think the last chocolate belongs to? Let's find out. This monster, hello Love Monster, was just getting back from his vacation. And although it was a little bit exciting to be home, he was sad to leave his adventures behind him. But wait, what was this? A box of chocolates just sitting there, waiting to be found? Love Monster couldn't believe it. You see, everybody knows that monsters seriously love chocolate, especially this monster. His mouth started to water just thinking about what might be inside. Ooh, perhaps there'd be a peanut butter crunch, or even an extra fizz banger sherbet. Or maybe, just maybe, a double chocolate strawberry swirl. Ooh, doesn't that look like a nice box of chocolates? Do you see a chocolate you want to eat in there? Ooh, they all look so good. My mouth's watering too. But then he had a thought that he just couldn't unthink. He should probably share the chocolates with his friends. But what if there weren't enough? Truly a conundrum. Or what if someone took the one he wanted the most? Or worst of all, what if the only one left for him was the coffee one? Ugh. Ugh. Everybody knows monsters hate the coffee one, especially this monster. Yuck. Well, I'm sorry to tell you that after thinking all of these thoughts, Love Monster decided it would be safer and kinder and better for everyone if he kept the chocolates just for himself. So he went into his house, and so did the box of chocolates, without a whisper of a word to anyone. Love Monster couldn't wait. Oh, how his mouth watered. But just as well, just as he went to lift the lid, he had a sort of queasy, squeezy feeling in his heart. It was the feeling of a monster gets when he knows he is about to do something he shouldn't. Ooh, looks like he's looking at his friends up there on the wall. I think he feels a little guilty for not sharing. And before you could say, "Pass me the truffle surprise," he burst out of his house and ran as fast as his toes would carry him to find his friends. Looks like they're outside having fun. What are they doing? Are they putting up looks like they're having a party. And when he did, in a very out of breath and a bit shouty voice, he said, "I got back from my vacation and I found some chocolates and I was going to keep them all to myself, but then I realized I wanted to share them with you and I don't even want a single one. Oh, well, maybe one." And do you know what his friends said? "Silly monster, just open the box." To Love Monster, we missed you so much. We saved you our last chocolate, your favorite, because you're our favorite monster. Look at that. It's the very special one. You see, sometimes it's when you stop to think of others that you start to find out just how much they think of you. Welcome home. It's like Love Monster's friends were ahead of him the whole time, weren't they? I like how all of Love Monster's friends are not monsters. You can see it's just like bunnies and cats and dogs. It just goes to show you that everyone can be friends with a monster. Monsters need friends too. And sometimes monsters, they want to do something because they like to do it, but it doesn't always feel right, does it? Sometimes you got to stop and think about your actions. We got one more story, one more little puppet show about this idea. You want to stop and consider your actions. This story is from a book by Willems, but we're going to do a puppet show version. It's called Leonardo, the Terrible Monster. Here's our boy, Leonardo. Leonardo was a terrible monster. He couldn't scare anyone, even though he thought he was the scariest monster around. He tried to scare a butterfly, but he couldn't do that. He tried to scare a little monster, but he got scared himself. Leonardo was not a very good monster. He didn't have 1,652 teeth like Tony. He wasn't big like Eleanor.
I'm too small.
And he wasn't just plain weird like Hector.
Oh, that Hector. If I looked like him, I could scare anybody.
Leonardo tried very hard to be scary, but he just wasn't.
I know what I'll do. I'll find the most scaredy cat kid in the whole world, and I'll scare the tuna salad out of him.
So one day, Leonardo went for a walk in the woods, looking for the most scaredy cat kid he could find. One day, Sam was sitting in the woods. Oh, it's pretty nice out here. Oh. But, he was all by himself out in the woods. He didn't have any of his friends around, and he looked pretty sad. Leonardo thought,
This is the perfect opportunity. I'm going to scare the tuna salad out of this kid.
So he snuck right up, quiet as could be, and
Boo!
he scared
the tuna salad out of him.
But Sam wasn't scared. He just cried.
Hey, you're supposed to be scared.
I'm not scared.
Oh, yeah? Well, why are you crying then, you scaredy cat?
I'm crying because, I gotta fight. I gotta fight with my big brother. He told me that I couldn't ride my bike, and that if I fell off the bike, then I was just a little kid, and that I was a baby, and I'm not a baby. I said I could ride a bike, and I ran off because I thought I fell off the bike, and I guess I am a big baby. I was just crying out here alone in the woods. Leonardo felt really sad about what he did to scare Sam. So instead of trying to scare him, he came up and he gave Sam a big hug.
Hey.
You're not so scary.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking maybe we could just be friends. And I'm sorry for scaring you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're not a baby. Oh, you weren't even scared of me.
Oh, I guess you were kind of scary though. I didn't see you coming. You did startle me.
Oh, really? I didn't really think I was that scary.
Oh yeah, you were real scary. So Sam and Leonardo decided to be friends from that day forward. And sometimes when Leonardo was sad, when Sam was sad, Leonardo would comfort him. And sometimes when Leonardo was in a scary mood, Sam would let him scare him. But they were just playing. They were mostly friends. Well, I hope you guys like that little puppet show. That is a story that you can read in a bit more detail in this book by Willems called Leonardo, the Terrible Monster. And it's a pretty good story. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. We've got lots of more story times coming up each week for you guys, so stay tuned. We're all just kind of working out the kinks in our little studio here, so things might be a little wacky from time to time, but we're going to do our best to get them straightened out and get some nice videos to you guys. So thanks again to the Library Friend Foundation for sponsoring our programs, and I'll see you guys next time.